Hi, Bill here with another edition of the Metals Minute. Today is Wednesday, September 22nd, 2021. Well, the big day today, the big announcement will be coming from the Federal Reserve in approximately 5 hours from when we're making this video. So while no one has heard the Fed speech yet, I believe what I can tell you is that it will largely be talk, and that's about the only thing left that they can do is talk. They're kind of in a difficult position where if they move too far one way, it's going to tank the dollar. If they move too far the other way, it's going to tank the markets. And so they're trying to walk that thin line very gingerly. What I believe is going to occur is they will talk about tapering. However, keep in mind, they won't be able to do that very much, especially considering we're looking at increasing the debt limit in the United States and just essentially removing the limits, which they rarely followed anyway. And also the increased spending plans of $4.5 trillion that are upcoming. And these things will not go well with a whole idea of tapering. So they may talk about tapering a little bit. I believe they will. But that's about all they can do is talk about it. They'll also likely say that they need to continue to support the economy. And so interest rates are likely to remain low. There's not a lot of increase that they could do on interest rates either, due to the amount of debt that we have. So about all that they have left is the ability to talk. And what I believe we'll see is a trend, continuing trend, of higher inflation, continued attempt to spark an economic recovery to keep the economy moving. But at the same time, we will likely see the value of the dollars that we use here in the United States continue to decrease in value. And it's for that reason that we continue to promote the idea of precious metals ownership by ordinary Americans. And I'm not here telling you to do something or suggesting something that we don't personally do as well. In fact, I've just been, my wife and I are looking at our own personal financial plans and having to reevaluate based on the amount of inflation that we will see from this point until, say over the next 7 to 10 years. I believe the inflation levels will be higher than what most projections have been up to this point. So we're making adjustments in our plans, in our financial plans, and how we allocate capital and our retirement savings. And two of the things that we do, I consider things that are minimal risk of losing principal. But the other thing we have to be concerned about is purchasing power protection. And for that piece of it, there's nothing like precious metals during a time of increased prices and slower growth. And that seems to be where we are, stagflation. And gold and silver tend to do very well over a period of years where that is in play. And so the last time that happened was back in between 72 and 74, 75. In that range, we saw significant stagflation. And gold had an 8-fold increase the next 5 years. So it's a period of time. It's not a straight line up. And we've been languishing, it feels like. If you look at the 1-year numbers, it's not great. But so far today, we've seen an uptick in silver, especially, already up over 1% today. I believe in anticipation of what we'll likely hear 5 hours from now when the Fed gives their announcements. So I want to encourage you to hold the line. People are purchasing physical gold hand over fist worldwide. Nations are waking up to the importance of silver. Russia just announced they've increased their production of silver over the last year at a time when silver production has been languishing in many areas of the world. And we have a huge increase in demand for silver, bumping into limited supply. And so I just encourage you to hold the line on that. This is a time that takes a little patience, but it will be well rewarded. And I encourage you to do what we're doing and what we recommend our clients to do, and that is protect their purchasing power while at the same time reducing their risk, because I believe there's a lot greater risk of a significant market reduction than there is any significant reduction of gold and silver from this point forward. So that's our take. We'll see you next week. Thank you for tuning in.